So another weekend, being and gone, another loss for Sheffield United this season, nightmare season for the Blades. And it's yet another game where we're dropping points from winning position. I believe it's about 30 points now we've dropped. I mean, it isn't good enough really. I think there's a few things to discuss about that. And the main purpose of this video is just to talk about what next for Sheffield United and Chris Wilder. It's a massive summer for the Blades, the biggest in a while. And in this video, I just wanted to discuss some of the downfalls of this season and what we need to change going into next season. There's a lot of factors to consider when we talk about this season's failures. Later on in the week, I'm going to do a video on my YouTube going into full depth about the issues. But I think the best place to start in this short video is the manager. Of course, one thing that is a fact is that Chris Wilder turned this season around, kept us from relegation, but obviously at one point it looked like we could get the playoffs with the momentum and the form that we're on. So to fall short and jump back in the bottom half again is just disappointing. Obviously, I'm not saying he's going to win every single game since he came in, but it's just disappointing how it's happened. And I think for a lot of fans, it begs the question, do you want to see Chris Wilder at Sheffield United next season? I am torn about this. I think he definitely deserves more time. He deserves a start of the season. But it's one of them, it depends what managers are available, could take us to that next level. Because we are in a situation with risk at the moment. Of course, we could stick with Chris Wilder and stay mid-table or up half. But based on this season, this side so it might not finish in the playoffs or the top two. Or do you thank Wilder for what he's done, go out in the summer and get a new manager? Of course, a new manager, a new project, try and push us into the top two. And it is a tough one because, of course, the Ruben Sellers situation at the start of this season. I think the difference with Sellers, of course, he wasn't even given an interview, he was just given the job. And I think if we were looking to get a new manager in the summer, of course, there'd be an extensive search. And I think it's something we'd definitely take us time on, not rush into it like with Sellers. Whilst we're on about Wilder, I want to speak about the constant changing of the tactics. Because one week we're in a 4-2-3-1, the next week we're in a 4-4-2. And I think that instability is just definitely not helping the team at the moment. Because in November, December time, we're picking up 3 goals every game pretty much. And we're playing that 4-4-2 system, then all of a sudden we're playing 4-2-3-1 again, the results dipped again. I get obviously as a manager you need to have tactical flexibility, but we need to stick to one system primarily. And I think the 4-4-2 is working really well and we should have stuck with that. And that brings me on to Gustavo Harmer. Of course, he was injured about October, November time. And it's a weird one because, of course, yes, he's the top assistant in the Championship this season. But when we were playing that 4-4-2 system with Callum out on the left, of course, we were playing much better. It's a weird situation because, of course, yes, he's picked up 10 assists, but we're playing better without him in the team, weirdly. Not in terms of ability of play or play style of player even. I think Ronaldo at Man United in his second spell is a great example. Of course, he scored, what, like 15, 20 goals at Man United, but the team were playing worse with him in it. And when Ronaldo wasn't in that team, of course, the season before and during that season, they were much better in build-up. I just want to reiterate, of course, I'm not speaking about ability or play style, because, of course, Gus Harmer is nowhere near Ronaldo's level, obviously. But it's just more the comparison of a player being in the team, being a good player, but they're making you worse. And, of course, specifically, Callum of course, they were playing much better when Harmer wasn't in the team. So overall, it's a weird one this season. Of course, we've been up and down a lot of times. There's going to be a full YouTube video later on in the week discussing it in detail. Obviously, I've got a lot of Sheffield United fans following me. I want to hear your opinion. I just want to hear from you what you think about this end of the season form, of course, the mid-season form as well. Do you think Wilder's the right man in charge? What do we need to do in the summer? So if you're a Blades fan, let me know your answer to all them questions in the comments.